Alan, good evening, mate. Summer, I've done you already. Look at that, 17 already, Jill. 17 on before you were on, and he's got his milk. I've got no beer. I'm not celebrating. I've got nothing to celebrate. I had a crap day yesterday. Boring day. Nothing happened in my life.
John Ellicott's watching.
John, I thought he was supposed to be on the bus, on the train on the way home, wasn't it?
Mark Easton. He's always busy.
Mark Easton was on there. I had the pleasure of meeting him for the first time yesterday. I've known his dad for about 120 years, but I've never met Mark before. Hello, buddy. Richard, hello, mate. Nice to see you on there. While we're waiting for a couple more people to join, I'm just going to take this quick call. Hello. I'm on the show now, so bog off. Ben Hopkins, hello, mate. Right, I'm going to do before we kick off, I'm going to do a very quick review of yesterday's game, if you don't mind. Have a look on the screen now, everybody. Okay, and that about sums up the day. So, can you see that, Jill?
Yeah, mate. I just had it. I just got it.
And I have to say, credit goes to Lions 550. Ian Lyons, I just nicked that off you, mate. So thank you for that. You made me laugh. Right, there's 30 odd people on there already. So I think we'll kick off, shall we? Welcome to the Red and Blue Review Show with me, Nick Philpott, and him, Jill Holyoke. Top man. Spent the whole day with him yesterday. Before we get into the show, into the detail, please like and share this page as much as you can across all your Palace pages. Don't forget, at the end of the show, Mr. Ellicott, who's messaging us all now, saying, please find us on our YouTube channel. He will be editing the show. So when it all goes wrong and the technology all fails like it normally does, don't worry about it. John will edit it down and it will be live for you on the Red and Blue page, probably sometime tomorrow. Also, don't forget, we've got a new Twitter page at Red and Blue News 1. So please give us a follow. Say hello to us. Those of you that were in the fan zone yesterday, well, it was lovely to meet so many of you. Ben said that I was like a whirling dervish, Jill. That I was running around like a lunatic saying hello to all our listeners and followers. Did you have a good day yesterday?
Inviting everyone on.
Say again?
Yeah, I had a good day. Yeah. Ben said you was inviting everyone on. As soon as you went up to someone, how you doing? Come on a show. So, but no, it's all about it's all about networking. We don't want famous footballers on here. We just want stalkers. Fans. Yeah, no. This is about the people, not about the. We let other people take care of all the famous people. But bumped into a few people yesterday. Talking about famous people, bumped into High Money, which was really nice. First time I've actually met her properly. I've been in her company before, but
can you explain to everybody who High Money is? Because I was talking to Ben yesterday.
Well,
Ben didn't know who High Money was.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she's probably the world's or one of the world's foremost sports photographers as a woman, female photographers. I think she actually was the first a long time ago, back in the 70s. And yeah, she's paved the way for other female photographers. But she's done a lot of stuff and took to Crystal Palace as well, like we all have. And she has had some very most of the famous photographs to do with our club are hers. If you go into the Malcolm Allison lounge at Palace, all the photos you see on the wall, they were taken by her. But yeah, really nice person, very genuine lady as well. Very nice. Hello, John Knox. See John yesterday, come over and introduce himself. And also Vincent, which was really nice. But yeah, very lovely day. The sun came out and it was all good.
What I didn't realise is we were there for so long yesterday. I know we got there in there a bit early, and that was my doing. I appreciate that. But I actually came out of there and I caught the sun. And at least I got a bit ahead, more than you got. Okay, and I actually caught the sun. I don't know about you. It was cracking to meet you all. Thanks for coming up to say hello to us. Like I said a million times before, evening Simon, evening Dan, Hayden, Tom. This is not our show. This is nothing to do with me and him. Okay, we're just the faces behind it. This is your show. Look how many people are sitting there with us already. All they want to do is come and celebrate 3 great points against that lockdown on the South Coast. But before we get into any of that, we've got something very important to do, haven't we, Jill? I want to talk about charity donation. Now, a lot of you will be aware on the page that I was very lucky enough to win some TalkSport and Barclays tickets for the Brighton game. And obviously they're quite sought after. And between three gentlemen, three of our lovely viewers stroke listeners, what are we going to call them? Are they viewers or are they listeners, Jill? Oh, they're viewers, aren't they? We're viewers? Yeah, we're viewers. Okay. I need to talk about these guys. I need to spend 2 or 3 minutes and doff my hat to these guys. Martin Savage, who was winning the race all day during the... What day was it? It closed on Thursday, didn't it? Martin Savage was winning it. Yeah. Dan Simmons, Dan Simmons is somebody I know very well. He's a close member. He's a very good close friend of mine. And Ben O'Reilly. Well, eventually Ben O'Reilly won the auction. These are 2 tickets. These are 2 complimentary tickets. The whole point, customers. Michael Middleton says they're customers. No, customers pay for something. You lot don't, so you can have some of that, Michael. Okay, I'm only joking. These guys fought it, and these are complimentary tickets. So it didn't cost me anything. I already had my season ticket, and I was just pleased to be able to pass it on. What we're going to do with that money, okay, just so you know, Ned.
How much was it?
Hold on, I was going to keep my powder dry, but now he's asked the question. We ended up raising, thanks to these guys, £310 for 2 Crystal Palace tickets. Albeit they were nice tickets. They're in the main stand, near the directors' area, entrance 9. So it's a Glazers Lounge and everything else. So they were nice tickets, but between them, okay, or with Ben donated £310 in cash. Okay, so nothing dodgy about it. It was in cash. I've never met Ben before. I only met him very briefly yesterday. And so I just wanted to say publicly, thank you, Ben. Thank you, Dan. And thank you, Martin, for everything you tried to do on that day, because you pushed it. I've been talking for ages, Joe. What were your thoughts about that auction? How'd it go?
Well, it's 310 quid, and what it is, it's 310 quid towards the £500 that Sean needs to raise. Sean is Ned, our Stato on here. He's doing a charity football match at Bromley Football Club. I know it's a little bit people turn around and say, "Oh, they should do it for nothing because it's charity." But I know they've got to open up the ground and everything else. But so we had to raise 500 quid. To actually put the game on, and then I'm pretty sure most of the spaces, if not all, are now already sold. 30 quid a place to play, on the Bromley pitch. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it was like I said, Thursday we were out having dinner. There was 6 of us having a bit of a pre-Brighton bit of grub.
Yeah, lovely night. That was
it sounds a little bit poncy, but it was a real scream. Really, really good scream. I advise people to go and do it. It's a great way of getting out with your mates, and you never normally do it. But yeah, really, really good. And
I have a confession to make, Jill.
Go on.
I have a confession to make, and I haven't told you this. Okay, so I'm doing this live on air, everybody. Jill has no idea what I'm about to say.
Don't tell me you love me. I'm already married, so don't do that.
I don't like Chinese. I don't like Chinese, and I really don't. As you said to me, Nick, we're going for an Indian or something like that, I'd have been there like a shot. If you'd have said anything but Chinese, okay, I'd have said, mate, sorry, buddy, I'd like to see you, but I don't want to go. But we had a lovely evening. Thanks to you. Thanks to Ian and Kevin and all the other guys there. Nick Gillard from the other...
Nick Gillard, yeah.
From the other side.
Kevin Lyons.
Why can't I find our page on here? I can't see the questions from the listeners. Any idea why? No worries. Okay. So in review, we are going to talk about the goals. We're going to talk about any incidents during the game, but we want to hear your comments. This is your show, so get comments in. You can ask us any questions you like. We might ask you to come back to it later on. So yeah, John Ellicott, I know you're watching there. I'm actually on our page, and I can't see the comments coming through on our page. I can see them on the screen, but I can't see them on our page. Is there any reason why I can't see I can't see Jill and I on our page? Can you have a look for me behind the scenes, boys, and let me know why? Because it'd be quite useful, because I need to answer their questions as we're going along. So, Jill, did you get my note earlier that I sent you over? There's a couple of things I wanted to run through.
Oh, I thought it was just one of them letters that you just keep sending me.
No, they're French ones.
No, I did. I saw the running. I saw the running order.
All it was.
This chat about the team first.
I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's do
And
that.
Michael,
run through the team.
Michael's already done. Kicks us off. Why Joel Ward? Right. So the lineup. In case any of you don't know what the lineup, it was Hennessy, Van Arnholt, Sacco, Tompkins, Joel Ward that we're going to come on to, Kabay, Milivojevic, MacArthur, Loftus-Cheek, Zaha and Townsend. So essentially it was the same lineup as the week before. I haven't got the line. I haven't got the full sub list there anyway, unless you've got them there. But the lineup was exactly the same as the game before, with the exception of Kelly and Wan-Bissaka. It was Tompkins and obviously Joel Ward. Go on in. Why Joel Ward? And thank you for every 50. There's 52 of them watching. Thank you, everybody. Keep going.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I thought, apart from that single mistake that Bissaka made last week, he can't be punishing for that. He's been absolutely outstanding. The only reason I think he's done that is, I don't know. I don't know why. Do you know why he was sent off the week before for the 23s? Do you know?
No.
Was it him that was sent off?
No, was it him that sent off? Guys out there, there's 50.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Who got sent off for the under-23s? Was it Wan-Bissaka guys? I don't know.
I can't remember. But anyway, it's was it weren't for England, was it? Anyway, it don't matter. But I didn't think he'd done much wrong to warrant losing his place to a player that I think's only had one training game. So, but we can all put the worlds to rights on that. But I was a little bit disappointed, to say the least. But glad, and again, we need to turn this into a positive, not a negative.
Oh yeah.
But if we get the negatives out of the way first, but I'm glad that Benteke didn't start because
why? Why are you pleased?
Well, because when he came on in the second half, it just completely killed. We went 4-5-1. And just invited pressure for 20 minutes. And had that been started off like that, I've said for ages and ages that I just think that the way that our club now is, and I've said this for a couple of years now, our best form of defence is attack. And again, I've gone on record and said it. I'd rather us win 3-2, 4-3, 5-4. I don't care what the result is, but we're always near enough always going to concede goals. But we're always going to score goals. I mean, we are scoring. I'm sure this must be our most successful season scoring goals. The amount of goals that we've scored now, we just seem to be, we seem to be scoring a couple of goals.
Well, even without Benteke 17 from last season, really?
No, but what I'm saying is this is I think someone needs to do some stats behind it, but I'm pretty sure that, we've scored more goals. We must be up there for scoring more goals, even though we didn't score in the first 7 games. But yeah, I'm...
Wan-Bissaka, go back to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka got sent off making his debut for England, by the way.
Yeah, so there might be a reason why, maybe it might have been too big a game for him. Not as in bigger team, but too big a passion. If he's a Palace fan as well, I really don't know. But he would have known. And I think Hodgson, he probably did the right thing. For someone that's came in and taken us out of the mire, he doesn't make that many mistakes, to be honest with you. And then what we've done as well is we've consistently conceded goals late on, and we didn't this time. I mean, probably
luckily,
more by luck than judgment, really. I mean. You don't miss at the end, but anyway, it's not too much on the negatives about Wan-Bissaka.
But I do want to cover off the Benteke and Joel Ward bit. So talk to me about Joel Ward's performance, and I know we're going to talk about the goals in a minute, but talk about Joel Ward's performance. How do you think he
did all right. I thought he did all right. I mean, obviously, he got turned inside out for the goal, for their second goal, but I mean. That can happen to anybody. I mean, is it Escudero, his name? I can't remember. he's massively tricky. I mean, I don't even want to know his name, so I don't care. But he's a massively tricky winger. And to be honest with you, I said to a couple of people before, the only people that I really worry about was Murray, because he just scores goals in this fixture for us and them, and that winger. I thought they were the only two threats, because Murray's just going to smash everyone up anyway. He's just why we all love him. And the wing, he's very, very quick. So maybe Bissaka would have had a mare up against him anyway. So, but I'm not, I really don't want to dwell on that. The only thing that has annoyed me, if we're going to go straight on to the two things, was Loftus-Cheek being replaced by Benteke. Now, unless he's injured, that's scandalous. Because to be honest with you, I know Wilf had a bit of a screamer, but Loftus-Cheek was superb. Absolutely superb. What was his best game by an absolute country mile for us?
Did you see? I know we're jumping around. I just wanted to. I know we're not following the plan, but you mentioned you brought him up. Okay, can we just talk about Loftus-Cheek? Did you see his passion when Wilf scored that first goal? He was behind the goal, and he was like this. He was absolutely. I mean, this is a Chelsea player.
There's a great photo of him. Yeah, there's a great photo of him. Oh. Yeah, but you have to remember as well that there aren't many. There's a lot of clubs out there that don't have our passion. A lot of clubs. There's a lot of the Premier League is full of teams that fans that just sit there, go there, have a little bit of a sing-song, and then just go home. It's more of a. How's it going to say? It's more a lot of for the majority of our fans. It's more of a way of life. The diehards at Palace. I bet there's more diehards that go to our games than there are in most other clubs.
Like
you get Man City and they get about 40,000, but you can guarantee 25,000 of those are corporates and people sitting in the posh seats and that don't stand up. And so, but yeah, I mean, I just, it does transfer to the players, and I think that it was rocking yesterday, Selhurst, and I think it transferred to the players. I mean, virtually every one of our players was on point for that 45 minutes. It was, fantastic. I mean, to have 5 goals in the first half, I'd preferred it to have been 5-0, but to be 3-2 up was we had everything, didn't we? We should have had sending offs. We had some blatant pushes into the holdings. When Dunk grabbed hold of Townsend and tried to launch him into the holdings after that full bloody tackle for the corner. But yeah, I thought he had everything. I thought he had everything, and the fans were, I know I said Brighton didn't sing very loud. They sung a little bit. I could hear it, but
could you from your side of the ground? Because we couldn't in the homes though.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but you could
see the old moving around and
singing all the time.
Right.
Yeah, they were singing, but it wasn't. It wasn't. If it was 2,000 or 3,000 Palace at an away game, you'd have heard them. So, but yeah, I just. So what was someone just turned around and said there? Hang on a sec. Dan Simmons said last season scored 50, conceded 63. This season so far 34, 54 against, and it just seems like so much more. That's quite strange, but
I think I've actually got the comments coming through on
the volume down, Nick.
Because I've done it, yeah. Right, just in case people didn't know, do you know that was Glenn Murray's first defeat in that fixture? So when he's played for us against Brighton, we won. When he's played for Brighton against us and they've won, that was the first time he's lost. So, Agent Murray there. Crystal Palace ended their run of 4 top-flight home games without a victory. We've drawn 1 and lost the last 3. Netting 3 goals in a league game at Selhurst Park for the first time since May 2017. Who was that against? Hull City, last game of the season.
It's in the past, isn't it?
Brighton have conceded in each of their last 12 Premier League games, their longest current run without a clean sheet in the division. Well, that's obviously now 13. This game saw 5 first-half goals, the most in the Premier League this season. It was a mad 34 minutes, wasn't it? Absolutely.
It was, yeah. I mean, they'd only scored 7 away goals all season, and they come to our place and score 2. They've got to be absolutely ill that they're not winning at half time. But yeah, I thought, and they were really usually very, very good on set pieces, like defending set pieces, and yet they let 2 in in first 13 minutes. So,
Yeah.
But no, it's very, very good.
I've got a couple of questions coming through on the wires. How many points do you think we're going to end up with this season? And sorry, I missed that. Who was that from? I can't say that. Oh, that was from Simon Pizzi. Hello, Simon. You okay, mate? How many points do you reckon we're going to end up with, Jill?
I don't know. But at least another 4. At least another 4. That's what I think.
Richard Kingdom is saying that he's already blamed us for losing 1,200 quid. You know why, don't you?
Go on.
The 3-1. You know he always does 3-1. He hasn't blamed us. I think he blamed Benteke for
who yesterday? Was it your son Sam? Was it his mate that had a 5-3-2? Someone said to me yesterday morning that they knew someone or someone that had a bet 3-2, 5 quid on 3-2. It's 40-1.
Do you know what? If they did, I haven't heard anybody mention it.
Yeah, it was definitely someone said to me yesterday. So
that must have been when you asked us to meet you early for breakfast, okay? But you didn't tell us we were going out. I don't know where we ended up. I think it was probably northern France or something by the time we got. But again, another great thing. So I predicted a few weeks ago, and I'm interested in seeing what Michael just put on there, another 7 points. I predicted a few weeks ago that we will end up on 35 points. If I'm right, and I have got the league table in front of me, we're now on 34. We're on 34 now. I could be wrong. I don't know. So you got no prediction what you think we'll end up on?
Yeah, I think we'll get another 4 points. I think we'll have at least 38 points.
Okay.
So I think we'll win another game. I think we'll draw another game.
So
at least.
So talk me through this lot then. Talk me through this lot if you'd be so kind. Watford away, Leicester at home, Stoke away, West Brom home.
To be honest with you, I can see Leicester being a draw.
Watford away.
See, the thing is, we sort of do them all the time, you know.
Sam said the same thing tonight. Sam said exactly.
Whether they going to pull their socks up against us and try and get a result, but they look like they were coasting. They look like they were more than mid-table coasting yesterday against Huddersfield. And can
I interrupt you? I know I've asked you a question, Jill. Excuse me for interrupting. We are now on 70 live viewers. That is a new live record. Each and every one of you from all over the world, and I know you're looking from all over the world, thank you and welcome to the Red and Blue Review. We are honoured with your company. Thank you. So,
Nigel Croucher said we won't lose another game.
Right.
Sean Extall says, I can see us getting another 7 points. Stephen Hull says win at Watford. And Jason Boyce, I think he pretty much, he said if it will beat all 3 except Leicester. Wow. But yeah, I mean, it's, hopefully, you know, the way the players are feeling at the moment, you know, the way the fans are feeling more upbeat as well, will rub off on everyone, and it'll be, you know, just be the survival season after probably what I would say has been the most horrendous season for us.
Okay.
You know, getting 4 long-term injuries, you know, that probably...
Easy.
See 2 or 3 of them not playing for the club anymore. You know, at the ages they've got them, I'll be surprised. So, but Luke Carroll said he reckons we'll get another 10 points.
Happy birthday, Tudor, says Tyler. If that's Tudor from the HF. Tudor, if that's you from the HF, if you're on there, Tudor, could you just make yourself known to me? Say hello, give me a wave or something, and let me know you're there, because I'd like to say hello to you as well.
Let's know if you're buying a season ticket next year.
And where?
Yeah.
Tudor, if you're out there, mate, I'd like to say, wish you happy birthday from all of us at Red and Blue News.
Anyway, first goal.
Brighton, hang on, we'll do that in a second. Brighton have conceded 14 goals from corner situations, more than any other side. Well, I'll make that 16 now.
I don't know that stat, but anyway, he turned around and said on Match of the Day last night, or on Sky, whatever one I watched.
You were talking about the manager, yeah?
Yeah, Chris Hughton turned around and said that they're normally really, really good at... but anyway... what do I think on that Shane Duffy tweet, said Ben Hopkins, saying we got this. He's a mug. We got players going on there. I think what they were doing, they were just literally replying to Wilf you know, I think it made me laugh when Wilf turned around and said, you know, I just want to win and send them back to wherever they come from.
Oh no, it's quality, wasn't it?
I was like, oh my God, he is going to get so much crap if it's all
Leon Knight too. Yeah, you're right, Chris.
But Leon Knight.
I've had a lot of fun with Leon Knight this week. I'd say that.
Yeah, you and me both. He hasn't blocked me either. I thought he would have done.
Really?
But, he hasn't blocked
me.
Yeah.
You said you saw. Shall we talk about the first goal?
Yeah, go on.
Go on in. Talk me through your first goal. So we know it came from a Luca corner into Loftus Cheek.
Yeah. Loftus Cheek. Then he just played in Townsend, who carried on running after he took the corner. Was it? It was Townsend,
Luca.
Wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. Luca.
Was it?
Luca played the ball into him. Okay, and then he slipped him on the right hand side and then played it across the box.
We smashed it across the box. Keeper parried it. And to be honest with you, he was a little bit unlucky because a couple of times he parried, the ball comes straight out. And that's been our main bugbear about Hennessy, saving and the ball comes straight out. But he parries it to the right. And standing to his right is Zaha with the easiest goal he will ever score in his life against probably the team that he hates more than any other team in his life.
You just used the word I was about to use. How much do Brighton hate Wilf Zaha? Go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he has given them such a kicking in the last 3 or 4 years. Well, every time he plays them, he just wants to win, and every time you can see now they just want to. Their players, he gives their players they just want to kick him. But it was. David Martin saying it went underneath the keeper. I don't know about that.
Hang on, I've got it here, boys. I've got it here. I've got it right here. I'm watching
5 times.
I'm watching it now. There you go.
Oh, I can't see.
Hang on 2 seconds. I'll just rewind that for you. I'm watching it as we speak.
And you're right, Aaron Haywood. He's just too good for them. So, but I don't know what you're showing there, but
I'm literally watching it going just now. But I mean, the place went berserk, didn't it? 72 of you watching from all over the world.
Yeah.
I had a bloke in front of me for both of the goals, okay? There's a guy in front of me. He's not one of our usual crowd. I don't know who he was. He'd obviously partaken in some of that magic juice. Not that stuff that you're drinking, the real stuff, okay? And both times, both goals, this bloke ended up on the floor. Rich, did you see the guy? Richard Kingdom was there with me. Rich, did you see the guy standing alongside you? I don't know who he was, but he ended up on the deck. He was flat out twice when the goals went in. I just want to cover off actually something Richard Kingdom just said. And Matt Packham's just saying the same thing. Richard just said they're going down. Okay, Matt Packham just said the Vermin won't get another point, surely, or Shirley. I think he's calling me Shirley. I'll give him a slap when I say him. I don't know if any of you heard it last night, but I was on Talk Shit with Jason Cundy and Danny, whatever his name, Danny Kelly, okay, about 8:30 last night. And I actually think they're bang in trouble. And Jason Cundy said, hang on a minute, they're above you in the league. I said, yeah, but have you seen what their running is? They've actually got 5 games left, he says, looking for a bit of favour. I said, yeah, they've got 5 games left. And I thought they've only got 4 games left. But Brighton, I think, are still in trouble. They've still got to play Tottenham, Man United, Liverpool and Burnley. And I think they're still in.
Well, the good thing is Burnley will be chasing the European place without a doubt. They will be. So, but yeah, I just... I think they're banging trouble. I've said it said it yesterday.
I can't see them going down. And the reason
I can see Southampton getting out of it. I can see Southampton getting out of it. I really can. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Well, listen, if they don't, then I can't see Stoke getting out of it. So there's your 3. West Brom, mate. It's a completely Man United just being dickheads today. That's one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen from a side worth about 20 squillion billion quid. And if I was Ferguson, I'd have been going down there, kicking that idiot out and going in there and started launching gear at them because there's players down there, 2 or 3 of them earning 200 or 300 grand a week. That's bullshit today. That lets a lot of people down.
Adam Monk saying he thinks Brighton are survived by the skin of their teeth. And I suppose we better, before we carry on with the goals...
Well, it'd be the same as us, though, wouldn't it? You know, if Brighton survived by the skin of their teeth, so will we. So, you know, I really do. But, you know, I just...
Have we got to praise Man City and congratulate them on winning the title?
Well, of course we have. I mean, whatever they are, 13 points in front of Man United today, you know. But they are a great side. But in saying that, you know, if they had a couple of billionaires that we got turn around and said, yeah, here's 450 million quid, go and buy yourself Messi. Fucking hell, do you know what I mean? It'd be like, just be ridiculous. You know, I'm just saying, that's all it is. When I always turn around and said that Chelsea killed football, but City are just putting the final nails in the coffin. City and United, because they are, you know, apart from probably Barca and Real, the biggest clubs in the world now. Well, I've got they can sign players. I mean, they signed I can't think of his name now. Who's the fellow with a massive hooter who's just gone to America? Oh, yeah, you do. It's
for who? Who is he? I was actually thinking about
for Man United. For Man United, he's just left the MLS. Ibrahimovic. Yeah, they signed him purely because they paid for him. You know, they paid for him. Shirt sales. They paid for him. Give him $300 a week.
Thank you, Aaron. I got that.
That's just absolutely ridiculous. So, but anyway, you know, I think you know we've got to be planning for next year. But yeah, it's I know Ben's just putting crap on it. That's all he does. I think he must still be drunk from yesterday.
And Ben, if you actually notice, hello Claire, I know you're there, darling. And Ben, if you're talking about the civil partnership, have you seen Gel's lovely bouquet? They're actually sticking out of his head as we speak now. Ben, Gel, turn your head around and look up. There they are. There's his bouquet, and they're actually sticking out your head.
Come on, goals.
Say again.
Goals.
So we've done the first goal. Okay, so after 5 minutes, Zaha puts it away. Start talking me through goal number 2, where I nearly got injured.
Well, go on. I mean, it was just a complete melee where I think MacArthur was trying to do. It was MacArthur. I think had 2 efforts. One of them was I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it close up yet at the moment. But
hold on. Let me help you, because I can help you.
I'm talking about, was it handball? Was it actually handball? Was it
in the box?
Was it a good save?
Yeah. Well, actually, that's
on the line. On the line. Is it Stevens that handballed it on the line?
It was handball. Now, yes, the play continued. Yes, we scored. Yes. But should he have been sent off for that?
Well, you can't. You've got to give the goal, or you've got to take it back and give the penalty, and then send him off. So no, he played the advantage. So it all happened in literally just a couple of seconds, didn't it? 3 efforts, 2 from MacArthur, and then smashed in from Tompkins. So, and even then, it was sort of half decent save from their goalkeeper who got a little bit on it, and it sort of just bounced into the net along the floor. But irrelevant. It was over the line and in. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dan Simmons has asked me to give a shout out to Nick Oliver. Nick, hello mate. Nice to welcome to Red and Blue page. Thank you very much. There is something else I wanted to point out. You can't see what I'm looking at, Jill, but I'm actually watching a rerun of Tompkins' goal, okay? And on the edge of the box, on the opposite edge of the box for where the corner came in from, so not on your side of the ground, it was by the Brighton fans, if you like, okay? Townsend is standing on the edge of the box. Now, when the ball goes over the line, okay, he absolutely goes bananas. Talk to me very briefly, if you don't mind, about Andros Townsend, the change in his persona, the change in his makeup. I wish he'd get his fucking haircut, but that's a side issue. Tell me, have you seen a change in Andros Townsend?
No, because it's Andros Townsend that turns up for 25 games a year. And he's either... And when I mean turns up, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. That what I mean is he'll be involved, but he'll be brilliantly involved to the point where he's the Andros Townsend that we saw in a Spurs shirt. He's the Andros Townsend that we saw smacking balls into the top corner for England. That yesterday, when he had that snapshot, that flick-up volley from outside the edge of the area, it was a good save. I mean, it's a save that every goalkeeper should make. But it just... I think what it does, he's a huge confidence player, Andros.
Yeah.
And I think we had most of our players were at it yesterday. So
including him.
Yeah, but he just, I think, they get it, don't they? Most of the players, they get that game. I think the atmosphere would have been massively different from. But I tell you what, the last time an atmosphere like that was Istanbul, I would say.
Okay, did you go to
some good atmospheres?
Did you go to Istanbul?
No, I didn't. No,
neither did I.
Didn't. But it came through
on the telly,
from everything that I've seen. So. Yeah, I don't think Murray did miss that sitter on purpose, Jay. But yeah,
can we go back to some?
I can see what you mean.
Let's go back to some of those.
But anyway,
Danny Tompkins saying, I know Danny's a mate of yours. One more win. I think he's probably right. Matt Packham says, talking about Townsend, he plays for the badge. Recently, I think Matt, you're probably right. I can't hand on heart say I've seen it all year round, but certainly he's playing for the badge at the moment. Ben Allen saying most games AT has played, Andros Townsend has played in one season. And that was a point that was made on Sky today. Andros Townsend has played more this season than he has throughout his whole career, which is
good for him.
Yeah,
good for him.
Sean Feeney, he's had most game time this season. Yeah, quite right. Murray purposely missed this because he's still Palace's Jason. If only. Arsenal was great. So can we finish top half? Somebody just mentioned a minute ago, if the results go our way, we still got enough points to finish top half of the table.
Well, someone just said another 10 points to spot us on 44. So, it's...
Right. Yeah. Matt says, on a serious note, boys, serious note. Next year, say we stay up, we will. It's time to kick on. Well, and I know we were sort of reviewing the game, okay? But let's just cover that off, really, because I mentioned it on Talk Sport last night. Next year, I think it's going to be a completely different lineup. You had to hand how many out contract players? Matt, you probably know the answer to this as well. Out contract players, how many we got, Joe?
I don't know. 6, 7.
I think he's actually. I think it's probably more than that.
Yeah, but I mean, talking about fringe players, that'll probably be binned anyway. So. But yeah, I still can't see next year being the year that we kick on player-wise unless we bin 2 of our big players to get money. I think Benteke will go, purely because otherwise we're going to have to offer him a new deal and he isn't worth the money we're paying him. So it'd be better off cashing on him, getting 20 mil and then using that money.
Matt Packham says it's closer to 11.
Well, okay. So, but those 11 are going to get us what? If they get us 50 million quid, I still think, I've had this conversation about 10 times this season. I still think we need to spend maybe in the region of 120 to 150 million quid. If you work out the fact that what Parish once told us was that every time we as a Premier League approach another side, there's a fee and then there's a Premier League fee. So, we're paying between 15 and 30% extra just because we're a Premier League side. So, we need, if we sign Gator, I presume Gator's it will still come because he's on a contract to come unless, don't go on about this new owners thing, Richard, otherwise me and you won't be talking much. But yeah, we need to sign,
Poke, Redmond and Shaqiri. How about those
two more? Shaqiri come to our club. We'd be absolutely fantastic. I still think we need to sign 2 centre-backs. We need to sign 2 more midfielders. We need to sign 2 more, at least 2 more goalkeepers because the Scouse keeper we got, he's only on a contract to the end of the season. So if we get Gator, unless we do a new deal with Hennessy, I can't see Gator wanting to come out and be number 2 to Hennessy, and I can't really see Hennessy wanting to be number 2 unless he does want to be a number 2. In that case, we only need 1 more goalkeeper, but we definitely need another 2 forwards, at least another 2 forwards. So what I think Ben suggested about Deeney. I'd be distraught if we got down there.
Mate,
even if he come on a free.
He's doing it on purpose. He saw your reaction yesterday, and he's doing it again now. Don't buy it.
I know. But yeah, I think we need Ian Lyons, Fraser Forster. He's a great.
I agree.
A really great call, very good call. Andre Gray is on massive money. Can't see us having to buy his contract out as well. So
thank you, Matt.
Jack Barwell said we'd get rid of Wickham. Yeah, I think so. I think he's
no to Rondon, Adam.
I think
sorry,
he's done. Mate. Adam Munkar said Rondon, didn't I? I think he scored loads of goals in our side because we won't have to pay hoofball in. That's the thing.
Me and you're going to go for an early divorce,
yeah. But we can throw players and Mitrovic, yeah. But the thing is, he's got a real terrible attitude problem. Unless one day that he wakes up and just goes, do you know what? I love it. But anyway,
well, before I move on to
we need a lot of players, but we have got the right. We've got the nucleus of the strongest side out of the top 6. If we can keep probably 6 of those players that played yesterday.
Right, so, we're now at 20. We're now at 20-8 on Sunday evening, and we haven't even got to their goals yet. 18th minute. Before we do that, can I ask you a question? That idiot Jason Cundy was talking to me last night, and he said to me,
"I don't listen to him." So,
do you know the context of the conversation? The conversation was Wilf Zaha, Luka Milivojevic, Nick. They're too good for your club, aren't they? Your thoughts? How would you have responded to him live on TalkSport?
Do you know what? Up until 3 weeks ago, I bet he couldn't even said Milivojevic his name right.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have even. It just drives me mad. And Wilf, what's everyone done? They just caned him. No, up to about a month ago, even Shearer was still saying no end products. He's got an attitude problem. He's got this. He's got that. I don't give a crap. The thing is, at the moment, we have got the right players in, and we're paying the right money to certain players. Hodgson, if he stays, will out the rubbish. He will out the people that cost us too much money. For not, we're not getting value for money off of certain people. So he'll sort it out. He's got too much experience in not sorting it out. And I do think as well with Hodgson that, and I've said this for ages, when we had Benteke playing for us, I think that's the reason that Sacco came. I do believe that certain players will attract friends.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we get some of the bigger players, and also some players that Wilf's going to meet, out on his Ivory Coast travels. He just turns around and says, "I play in the Premier League," and oh yeah, we see you doing this, we're doing that. You just never know. I'm sure that we really do. What's Lion said? Nicked it from Miso.
You nicked the garland from Miso. Miso's the restaurant we
Nick the what?
You nicked the garland that's behind your head from Miso restaurant the other night.
I'm going to tell Lisa.
Hang on, I've got to jump in. Let me jump in. Right, Ben Allen, guys. Everybody, there's 80 of you out there watching us. Ben Allen has just put you on a link, okay, that will be on there on the comments page after the show. It's a link of the half-an-hour interview, the half-an-hour segment I was actually involved in on TalkSport last night. I come on after 8 minutes, and it's only on for 3 or 4 minutes, okay? Be interested to know your views after the show when you've listened to it. And when you have listened to it, if you agree with what I was saying as opposed to what he was saying, he's just put the link up again for you right now. There it is. Okay, once you've done it, what I'd like you to do is go on to Twitter and then tweet Cundy and tell him your thoughts, exactly how John Ellicott did for me last night in support. And I thought it was very nice of him. He didn't have to do that.
Is that Cundy with a silent C?
Yeah, he's been called that numerous times. Listen, there's 77 of you out there. Thank you and welcome to the Nick and Jill Show on Red and Blue Review. Go to our Twitter page. Please follow us at Red and Blue News 1. We'd love to have you on there. It's 8:15 already, and we're not even halfway through the review of the game, Jill. So what about their goals? So 18th minute, the Murray goal. Okay, so the ball comes in, Stevens knocks it down, and Murray hooks it in. Your thoughts?
No, it wasn't Stevens. It was. Oh God, Big Nose 5. What's his name?
Dunk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Dunk.
Lewis Dunk. Grabs hold. He literally shoves Sacco. He shoves him in front of the referee. He shoves him a good metre at least.
Yeah, I'm watching it now.
Sacco's not quick enough to regain his feet. And by the time, I mean, he's above anyway. I mean, Dunk is as much as and I do really detest him as a player and everything, but he is mustard in the air. He doesn't lose a lot, and he is fully committed. So the header weren't going in; it was covered by a player and a keeper.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, who's in front of everyone? Murray. He's just once he is, and another one is Murray. Is committed. When he goes in, that's what we all loved about him. He's none of that bottling out, thinking he's going to get injured. He chucks himself in there and he smashed it in off the underneath of the bar. And all of a sudden, it's the goal that they want, the goal that they need. 2-1.
2-1. I've got to doff my cap to Ian Lyons. Did you see that go through a minute ago? Now, we are known by the Millwall fans as Nigels. Durham calls us Stripey Nigels, yeah? So have you seen what he just worked out? This is the Nick and Gel show, okay? So put a bit of Nick together with Gel, and we're Nigels. The bloke is a talent. We're Nigels.
Is he? Don't tell him that.
Mate, you're cool.
Boo. Boo.
We're Nigel show.
So anyway, we're 2-1 up.
We're 2-1 up. And things are going forward now. Okay, so the ball from Luca for our third goal.
Well, firstly, the ball's laid out to Wilf. He cuts inside, gives it to Cabaye.
Yeah.
Cabaye then loses it. It's a bad touch, and then Luca comes in, pushes the ball forward a little bit, and he sees Wilf running, and picks him out with. I mean, firstly, Wilf is just guilty all the time of making those just too quick runs and getting caught offside, but an amazing run and seen by a player who has got a decent bit of vision, and it's perfect, absolutely perfect. And Wilf's got the run on there on one of the centre back or the right back. I mean, I think he had him over the whole game, and he's fully committed to the header. And then I think it's Schiletto.
Didn't they say that was his first headed Premier League goal? That was Will's first headed. There's enough in the out there, guys. Yeah. Confirm for me that I'm right. That was Will's first headed Premier League goal. I'm not certain, but I'm prepared to be wrong. So we're now 3-1 up.
I think he's only scored 3 on his head, hasn't he? He scored the one against Brighton in the playoff, the one against Shrewsbury in the Cup, and then the one yesterday.
Thank you, Chris. Is confirmed. Colin's confirmed. Evening, Colin. Hope you're well, mate. Like Ian says, I think he'd given up defending for Lent. Who's out there? Right back. You're probably right.
Yeah. So anyway, that's 3-1, and then obviously the breakaway for their second goal, where I mean he's quick. They play to his strengths. The left winger, and he's got inside. Decent ball inside, perfectly weighted. He's got that one little bit in front of Ward, the one step in front, which takes him clear. Hennessy does well. I thought he came out and narrowed the angle.
Yeah, so did I.
I've seen we've screamed at him for staying on his line and everything, but really it was good goalkeeping from him. I'd love to talk about him in a minute. In a minute, we'll talk about him because we have to talk about him yesterday. Hennessy.
Okay,
Hennessy.
yeah.
But anyway, and the finish from the fella, the left winger, was a great finish. Reminded me a lot of the Benteke goal when he played for Villa against us, when he robbed Scott Dan and ran in and bent it in the corner. It's almost exactly the same. But anyway, that was.
So Joel really got caught on his arse at that point, didn't he? When that ball came down the left. Oh, our right. Okay, or their left.
I don't think it was because he's had one game in X amount of time. I just think it was a good ball through. You know, the guys The guys, it's just a good bit of play. Sometimes you have to put your hands up and go, he played it well. He was quick. He got that one little touch in front, much like Zaha does when he gets the little touches, pushes it past the defender, then the defender's hacking down. That's all he did. He just that when Ward fell over, he'd been beaten by it. But the finish was fantastic. It would have been one of ours. We'd have all been creaming our pants about it. So and then it goes and it's 3-2 after 23 minutes, and it's complete madness. I'd love to have seen what they were saying on Gillette Soccer Saturday, because that must have been fantastic fun watching that. I was, as soon as it comes to that, I thought, I wonder what Jeff and the boys are making of this. They must have been loving it.
You met Dan Simmons'. You saw Dan Simmons' little boy. See what he said? He said, my 6-year-old boy said that goalkeeper was very good at catching.
It was his first game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was his first game ever.
Do you know what? It's weird now, because Hennessy will be a hero to him. I had a mate of mine once when he was 10 years old, and his very first game of football, his dad took him to see Gillingham against someone else, right? And they won 10-0 in the cup. And he just thought it's the greatest team ever. And then, so this is on a Wednesday night, and his dad took him on the Saturday, and they won 8-0 in the league. And he went, This is the team for me. And he's a Gillingham fan. He's 50 years old, and he said he was just completely mugged by 2 games of football in his life. Right, that's what football does to you. I'm going to
just be very selfish for a minute, okay? Richard Harvey, happy birthday for Wednesday, mate. I know you're watching. I wish you many happy returns, big guy, for Wednesday. Have a lovely day, yeah? So, did anybody out there, okay, and there is still 68 of you watching out there, did any of you out there see anything that you hadn't seen at a football game before yesterday? So we just seen Dan's little boy saying Hennessy's very good at catching. I told you that during the goal celebrations, I saw some guy fall over, not once, but both goals he fell over. He's obviously bronze on the list. Anybody see anything untoward that they want to tell the rest of us about? This is your show. And now's a good time, everybody, for questions. Please come forward with your questions. I'm ready to go. Jill's ready to go. We've covered off the 5 goals. So I don't need that laugh. The wife's coming to say, do you want to come and say hello to everybody? No. Sarah just came in the room and she won't come and say hello, everybody. Thanks, Rich. So anybody want to come on and give us tell us anything that you saw yesterday that you hadn't seen before? Tell us your views on it. Up to you. Or just give us a message and we'll read them out, okay? Questions, it's over to you now, people.
The proposal?
Say again? Yeah, let's do the proposal.
Someone just turned around and said, Dave Martin said it has to be the proposal. I don't know the guy's name, but he proposed to the one of the Crystal girls, which was very nice. And she looked absolutely... I'm glad she said yes. That would have been... Can you imagine that? Getting turned down at that game as well. It was a good effort by the fella. I don't know. I can't remember his name. But it's... on the same thing, yeah. Congratulations to them too, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations from us. Mark Bushell's actually said, the Brighton kid who's been asked by Chris Grierson, you are a legend. Who is your favourite Chelsea player? He said to the Brighton kid. Did you know it? See it?
No, I did. I put it on Twitter straight away. But what I'm saying is, it offered me, and I've not pulled on it, but someone said to me today, it was a little bit cheap having a go at a 7-year-old like that.
Get over yourself.
No, I know. It was cheap, but it was hilarious. And yeah, luckily it would have gone over his head, the kid, but all the adults were laughing, so it was nice.
Oh, it's funny. So, it was funny. Yeah. So, Henry...
Kel Gilbert. Hello, Kels.
Kelly on, Leslie?
Yeah.
Right, I was going to say, Chris is talking about Hennessy's distribution. We're not going to focus on the negatives. We're going to focus on the positives. But I must say, okay, he had a couple of kicks that went into touch. Okay, move on. I want you to talk to me about our goalkeeper yesterday, please, Jill.
Yeah, I thought he was very good. In the first half, there was a deliberate plan there, and without a doubt to reach the head of RLC for either hold-ups like Ala Benteke or for flick-ons, and he won a few of them flick-ons. It was a good battle, but he obviously I thought he massively had the better of any of those down the left-hand side and was drifting past 2s and 3s of them, with ease. I mean, for a big lad, he has got a great turn of pace. I thought he was just superb. But anyway, we're talking about Hennessy. I thought his distribution was good. There were a couple of times where where he held the ball up and the players, we had our right and left back going out when he had the ball to take control of distribution from him. And he said, no, not every time did he do that. I thought, he just turned around and said every now and then there was a game plan. And I thought 9 times out of 10 he wanted to aim at Ruben Loftus-Cheek. In the second half, he over it 2 or 3 kicks, which was unlucky. But I don't care. I mean, he probably had one of his better games.
Manager said, okay, Jay, on that, the manager said, and I just watched his interview again, the manager said, that's his best game he's played for me since I've been manager here. Would you agree?
It probably is. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I saw him have a good game last year against Man United. He had a very good game, and he made 3-4 good saves in that. When the game where Pogba handballed it, they had an offside goal, and then he had the other one was an handball, so we was unlucky to lose that. But yeah, I mean, he made 2, and that save, the saves in the second half were very good. Like I say, I think it may have just clicked a little bit for him, But yeah,
it's the sort of thing whereby you made a comment a little while ago that, and by the way, that Joel didn't freeze just now. Somebody sent him a message, and that's why his screen freezes. Okay,
but we say don't send messages in our thing, but they completely do. So
okay, it's fine. We haven't lost him. Just to let you mentioned about Townsend a minute ago, Joel. That Townsend is a confidence player. Our goalkeeper is a confidence player. Now, if our goalkeeper is playing well, his confidence then comes out to our back four, and our back four are playing well. So I don't know about you guys out there, but I want to see Hennessy have all the confidence going into these last 4 games and finish the season. And maybe, you never know, finish his Palace career. You don't know what's going to be around the corner for him. Make him lift his confidence, get behind him, don't slate him. Jill, you're giggling. Right. You're chunky.
No, I am because I'm looking at some of the comments, and Kev Lyon said, because you've asked for some stories about some stuff you haven't. He said, I saw someone fall down the stairs in Clifton for the first time yesterday. But listen, we have to. I'm just trying to think of the players. Is it Stevens, their centre back?
Should he have been sent off? Yeah, it's one of my questions.
Scandalous. Absolutely scandalous that he wasn't sent off. I mean, he did Wilf. He just kept. I thought Dunk would have got himself sent off yesterday. You could see it in the first minute when he double-handed. He did it to. I saw Dunk do it to Wilf. He goes to kick the ball out of play, and our player's in front of him, and he double-handed it. He did it down at the Amex during the draw down there in the season.
Definitely.
And he did it again to Andros yesterday. And Andros turned around and went, what are you doing, you idiot? You know what I mean? He's like, but I thought he would be the one to get sent off because he just detests us so much. He hates us so much that I thought he would have just gone and gone mad. But at Stevens, he was absolutely. Someone saying Stevens is a midfield player. Then who's the other centre back? It's the other centre back. I think he had 7 fouls, and 4 of them should have been yellow cards. So. But yeah, I thought the referee. I thought he bowled it. I really thought he bowled it.
It's interesting you say. It's interesting to hear you say that, Joe. Do you mind if I just step on you there, okay? Because Stephen Isles has just said, like he said earlier, the ref was very poor. Now, I mean, do you know what? Out of all the refs that we've had this year, he was the most inconspicuous ref. The one that I didn't see give either team major hassle or over picky on anything. Yeah, I think Stephen should have gone. Okay, but I don't think, personally, I didn't think he was a bad ref. Did you? I don't even know who it was. Was it Stephen Atwell? I don't know who it was, but who was the referee, guys?
No, I don't think it was Atwell, was it? I can't think of his name now. I can see his face, obviously, because I see him yesterday. But I just thought he bowled it. I thought that when the really, really big decisions were come to make, when he turned around,
Andre Mariner, thank you.
Yeah. So when he turned around and he says, and he's going up to him after he's been yellow carded, and he just goes up to him and says, one more tackle, You know, one more tackle and then and you're off. You know, one more foul and you're off. And then he did 3 more after, and you're like, what's the point? Seriously, what is the point? And then Wilf gets booked for the way that for what he said after Bong, who was constantly. I think he was pinching him. I
Really?
can't see what else he was doing. He was holding on to him, but grabbing him or pinching him. As he used a footballer's trick, they grab hold of each other by the arms and then they pinch each other, which is why you see players sometimes pull their arm away quickly, and it looks like it's ag, but it isn't. It's just that you're being. But yeah, it kept going. He kept going on. But,
right, the number. Yeah. I just need to jump in there and tell you something. The numbers have been flickering in the last couple of minutes between 61 and 66. Okay, now Dan Simmons has just put a point on there that he's just had a notification that you can believe that a lot of these people, other people that are watching us tonight, the whole radio have just gone live, and with that, instead of our numbers dropping down like a stone, they actually went up. So thank you for staying with us. Lovely to have you on board. You're more than welcome. This is your show. So questions, please. Keep the questions coming. We should be off air now, I would say. What's the time? It's gone 8 o'clock. We're going to carry on going for the next 10 or 15 minutes. If you're happy to keep asking us questions. Jill, talk to me about next weekend then. Let's talk about next week. We're playing Watford away, aren't we? Is it Watford away?
Yeah, Watford away, yeah.
So do we stay with the same lineup with Townsend and Zaha playing that way, or do we bring one of the strikers, because they're both fit now, back in? Your thoughts, please, out there, everybody as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would keep it the same. Like I said, when Benteke came on, it was we just gave them the freedom of their back four to do what they wanted, and when their back four pushed forward, it put even more pressure on our midfield. When we were playing 4-4-2, see what they did when Wilf was staying up. They were keeping 2 players back. But when you're putting 2 players upfield, they need to keep 3 or 4 players back. So that way, it's just, you know, and the other thing as well is that Benteke doesn't shut down. He hasn't got the pace that Wilf's got to if he wants to shut down. He hasn't got Andros' pace. You know, it's all just getting a little bit, I don't know, just a bit samey. You know, we need to. You know, we really, I think we need to stay 4-4-2. That would be ideal for me. And
you're happy with that away from home as well, yeah?
Yeah, I did 4-4-2 because teams don't go 4-4-2 in a minute. Everyone's going. You know, most of the teams now are going. You know, they're going either 4-3-3, trying to match up City, or they're 3-5-2. So, I would love to see us go 3-5-2. Okay, I said it 3 years ago and got laughed out of old radio for that by everyone. But yeah, I would love to see us go 3-5-2. I really would.
Tyler K's agreeing with you. Tyler K's agreeing with you. He's saying to you, don't fix it if it ain't broken.
Yeah, well, 4-4-2, 3-5-2. That would be the way. I think it's the way forward for us.
Wan-Bissaka or Joel Ward?
Bissaka, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So I just think I think the kid is very, very, very good. So it's and I think we need to bring 2 or 3 more of them kids through. I think they've got the experience. You know, I know Nye Kirby. People saying, "Oh yeah, he's only 17, 18 or whatever." Yeah. He's played at a World Cup. These are the best kids. In their countries.
Well, don't forget, somebody was saying we've got nobody in the academy. Who was it? One of our guests was saying that 3 or 4 months ago, we had nobody in our academy who was good enough. Wan-Bissaka.
That's what said, didn't they? So,
Wan-Bissaka.
But people were turning around and saying that we didn't have these. But I genuinely think that we've probably got at least 2 or 3 players that could really step up. But yeah, and then Colin Squires Senior said Kirby's a good shout. But even if we just drag him out of the youth team and just keep him around the big boys as such. But I'm really hoping that we now become a club as well that produces from within, because the sustainability for us it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You know, if we're going out, keep buying a Benteke or a Sacco every single year, you know, eventually every single player is going to be on 150, 130, 150,000 a week. And that doesn't work. That doesn't work, not even with our new stand. You know, with our new stand, we go up to, is it 30,000? What's our new?
No, it goes up another £8,000, 8,000 from what you're on 24, 25 now. Because by the way, did somebody actually see what the attendance was yesterday? I missed it. I meant to look it up in terms of research.
24,600, I think.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Do we put in a bid for RLC? I said no because I don't think we can afford him. And everyone else has said yes. So Aaron Hayward said it goes up to 34,000, which is fantastic. So does Dave Martin. So yeah, you know, I just think that we need to, for sustainability for the club, to allow us to do stuff. You know, we need to have 2 or 3, 4 expensive players around, because those expensive players will mean that will mean either they are very good, B, that they're good with experience. I mean, what I found was just completely unbelievable yesterday. Harold's Wilf.
I think
just firing that low. We can fire some questions 25? To you lot as well.
Yeah.
Harold's Wilf.
I'd say 25.
300 senior games yesterday.
I know.
How about
Brilliant.
300 games. That's unbelievable, you know. And the game and the days of players playing huge amounts of games for one club.
26, which
is so we've got 26, 20. So, you know, if he stays with us another 5 years, you know, he's over the 500, way over 500 games. It don't happen anymore. And he's loved here. That's the thing. As long as he keeps doing what he's doing.
I've got a question for you. I've got a question for Joel Holyoke. On Saturday, we're playing Watford. Does Wilf go and punch their mascot?
Well, you know this is another wind-up game, don't you? That's another wind-up game for him, because the fans are... I mean, you know, we've beaten up on Brighton a little bit, you know, but we've beat up on Watford a lot more. We have beaten up on Watford so much. You know, to lose a playoff final is hurts, you know, and we've gone up there and done them, and we've had them over. That game that game when we beat them this season,
yeah, that
2-1 was just a fiasco. We were seriously, that was, for me, was worse than when we were 4-0 down, you know, half time to Sunderland. That was just, we were crap. And then we beat them.
And we beat them.
You should see that. Yeah, you should see that.
Have you seen Nigel's point on there? I just want to make sure you've seen it.
What, to break Jim Cannon's record?
Do you know, I never thought that would ever happen. Okay, and Nigel, you just created a great point. I mean, if we kept him for another 3 or 4 years, he'd smash it.
Yeah. He probably would. Ian Lyon says, has anyone gone on to NSC? It was carnage yesterday.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm a member on there. I didn't. I never went. I'm going to go on there tonight. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a dangerous game for Wilf, this next one, because, like I say, you know, there's a few players that people are just going to go after him. That's what they will do. You'll have mates in the game as well, and I don't care what people turn around and say when footballers don't talk. I was privy to some more information in the week where I found out that a load of Premier League players are all very good friends from different clubs, and it's completely different from what I got. You know, when I was listening to Rio and Frank Lampard talking, when they said that they didn't mix with other clubs so as not to give any secrets away about this, that, and the other. But you know, from what I was talking to one of my mates the other day, and he said that he was out all the time with
questions. Everybody.
With yeah, so, but yeah, so I'd be Wilf is the one. Wilf is the one for me. I would just hope that he keeps his cool next week. So
Ben's asking a question about the rumours on the kit for next year, manufacturers and design. Any thoughts?
Is it Puma? Is it? I don't know.
I think that's one of the. Oh, and then another one from Dan. I want to ask that question as well. But
Most silly question ever, Dan. Do we want Roy to stay? Yes. Anyone that says no is a lunatic. Dave Seeley, Nick or Jill, what's up?
that's Jill and that's Nick.
And Frank Roberts said, "Will stay or go?" He'll stay, won't he? He signed a new deal. He's our player. Unless we receive this is the other thing. Right? There is another school of thought. Unless we receive an amount of money that we as a club we cannot physically turn down, then Wilf will be a Palace player.
Well, what number is that then?
For a long time.
In the mind of Jill Holyoke, what number is that?
75 plus. You're thinking about average Joes going to City for 50 million quid and look crap last night. You know, whenever it watched the City game. You know, just I don't think Wilf. You know, people go, "Oh yeah, one man don't make a team." I'm sorry, but this one man does make our team.
Yeah.
But there is always a price. Every person, and the other thing is as well, even if Wilf turned around and said, "I want to stay," there's a time when someone like Parish is going to go, "We can build a stand for that and name it after you."
May I just jump in with a couple, if you don't mind? I want to pay tribute to George Hadwin, who's watching the show at the moment. George is saying, "I'm loving the show. I'm sat in Starbucks in Glasgow City Centre watching the show, and he's loving the show." Now, just to let you know, George was standing alongside me at the game yesterday. He left the ground. I think he got a coach got a train to Victoria, and then he did an overnight coach to Glasgow to watch the Old Firm game today. The guy is a true footballing legend. Well done, mate. Ben Hopkins is asking the question, how do I watch Talk Sport? How do I watch Talk Sport when you were on it, Nick? Okay. Well, first of all, Ben, you don't watch Talk Sport. You listen to Talk Sport. Okay. Ben Allen will very kindly put the link back up again. You've got to fast forward it. It's a 30-minute, go to the 8:30 to 9 o'clock bit of it. Okay. 8:30. And I was on after the first 8 minutes of the, so 20:38, I think it was. So if you go on there, Ben will put the link up again. It's already in here. Go and have a look. Now, you can hear him chortling away in the background. So tell me what you're chortling at.
No, Ian Lyon said that's a long way to go for a macchiato. London to Glasgow. And who just said this?
I'm missing these.
Just turned around and said, Balassi failing at Everton. Yeah, I think you're actually right. But what's this one here? Oh, I can't see this.
Would you want him back, everybody? I want Balassi to come back.
In heartbeat. And Jordan Butler turned around and said, if you wear Benteke clothing, we'll have special powers making you unable to score a goal. I don't know.
Ben Hopkins, there's the link. Ben's just very kindly put it back up again. Dave Martin says no to Balassi. Well, the question is, if Kevin Lyon says yes to Balassi, Tyler said no. Now, the point being is, bear in mind, we've got Townsend and Wilf out there now. Okay, where would you play him? Where would you play Balassi if he was coming back in now? And we're still at over 60 listeners, so I'm happy to carry on for the next few minutes if you are, Joel. You got time?
Yeah.
Have you had your dinner?
I haven't eaten all of it. No.
Oh, no. For God's sake.
So there's so many questions on here. So Ian Lyon said he'd have Klein back, but not Balassi. Okay. Yeah. And again, Richard Kingdom said no to Yannick. Aaron Haywood said he's got Chris Hughton's best mate at his work, and he cannot wait to see him tomorrow. So yeah,
would you cover off Sean's charity match, Joe, please?
Well, I can't get the whole link. Hang on a second. It says so. Sean's got a. This is for the Freddie Farmer Foundation. This is a physio foundation for disabled. It's justgiving.com fundraising. I tell you what we'll do. We'll just keep Sean. You just keep posting this up, all right? And people, listen. If everyone who's come on here tonight just gives a quid, it's 63 to 70 quid. That's all we're asking. quid, £2. You know, you won't miss it. Just don't have a coffee in the morning. So I think Justin Granger's got sent Mosses, but he means Moses. So that's a good call.
And good evening to Leslie. Could I also mention the West Bromwich pre-West Bromwich Albion boat trip for the Eagles have landed on your Manor page. Pop onto there, come and join us. I'm going to be hosting it on the day. We have, or very kindly from Sean Feeney, has arranged 7 beautiful pictures. Steve Copwell, Kayla the Eagle, and they're all going to be auctioned off on the day. Come and join us for a bit of fun in the morning before the game, and we'll all travel back to Selhurst Park for the game afterwards. I know Tyler's going to be there. I know Claire's going to be there. There's going to be loads of us on that boat, as per normal. We have a disco. We're doing Glad All Over. We're doing Andy Johnson's Magic. We're doing all the usual stuff. Okay, we're on there, but come join us. Let's have a great day out. Eagles have landed on your Manor page. Pop on and see Grant's page, and all the details are on there. I think it leaves at 9 o'clock on the Saturday morning. We'll be on there for a couple of hours, and we'll all travel back to Selhurst for the West Brom game. Come and join us, yeah? Ben Allen says, will I consider becoming a taxi driver, Nick? Are you reading that? I'm not even going to go.
What I have been saying is, just, I think Ian just said that Kai Kai's getting pelters from Charlton fans.
Oh, really?
Well, he always would do. Unless he went down there and he scored a stack load of goals, he was always going to get if I beat him, just if I beat a Palace fan. So, but yeah, it's unfortunate that I wouldn't have gone there if I was him. I mean, he'd have been on a bit of an eye into nothing. But yeah, he's another one. He definitely has the ability for me to step up. It's whether he does, you know, whether he can step up. But then to step up, you need the chance. So, and getting 10 minutes at the end of one season and then 15 minutes as a sub in a game that's already lost, he's not the kind of, you know, that's not a chance for me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You can't really just throw in, you know, you need experience. When you have substitutes, they're supposed to be experienced players to be able to change a game, as in the players that came on for Bournemouth against us. Experienced players, come on, change the game. So, but yeah, it's a, you know, we're at I think personally, I think we're at a bit of a crossroads with our team.
Most definitely.
So, and Summer Kearson said, who would you like to replace Benteke with? We pretty much did this earlier on, but just very, very quickly, probably one of about 5. You know, I mean, Shane Long should be he's a marathon runner. The guys just run all day. I'd say just very quickly, I just want to try and make a sort of a bit of a synopsis on what I think is going on at the moment. I think that that Roy's trying to change the way we play. I mean, yesterday we, you know, apart from the goal kicks, we weren't actually playing sort of hoofball the whole 95 minutes. We were, you know, we were playing passing football. We were patient, building from the back. So I can see him trying to change the absolute ethos, much the same as what the Dutchman said he was going to do. But yeah, what was it? I saw something about walk the plank. But just quickly,
take Benteke in the boat for entertainment, make him walk the plank, says Mickey Philpott.
Yeah, no, you're right. And then we're going players. So we're going players. Then Belly from Celtic. Again, I told this story a little while ago. I've got a mate who's a jock and he's watched a lot of Scottish football and he said he thinks Dembele would be brilliant down in the Premier League. So do I, and I'd love him in a heartbeat. Also, yeah, without a doubt. And then Darren Clemson said Callum Wilson, and I think he would score loads of goals with us. Callum Wilson, I really do. I think he would suit us. He would suit us down to the ground. Rodriguez, yeah, another one. It's been said. Danny Ings, I think Danny Ings is on big money at the moment. I'm not too sure whether he might be, you know, he is injury prone. That's the only thing about Danny Ings. Otherwise, I'd say yes in a heartbeat because he's experienced of what he's got, you know, from playing at Liverpool at the moment. He's a much, much better player. I mean, he's looked very, very sharp.
Adam Monk says Benteke is the plank.
Yeah.
Right, listen, it's 8:20 on your Sunday evening. Please go to, if you are on Twitter, we need to see you on there at Red and Blue News 1. Please go on there and give us a follow. Go onto our Facebook page. Don't forget, this show will be edited for you, an edited version will be on our YouTube page sometime tomorrow. Red and Blue News, okay? There's been over 50 people, up to 70 people on us with us all evening. Before you go, Gel, okay, one prediction for the Watford game, please. We're away at Watford next week.
1-1. 1-1. I'll be joyous with a point up there.
There you go. Spoken to by the professional of the station. Okay, it's been wonderful having you here for the whole evening. Gel, thank you for joining us.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
It's a good night for me, everybody. Thank you for joining us. It's a good night for me, and it's a good night from him. Good night.